Hey guys, welcome back to another Scratch tutorial, and in this video we are going to create a snake game in Scratch 3. So firstly what we want to do is create two sprites, one named snake and one named food. And also I have a backdrop here in my backpack that I am going to use, right? So I have this little backdrop, a snake game backdrop, right? You can find these on Google, just search snake game backdrop and you will see the results. So now what we want to do is first we want to have a snake. So we are going to be using clones to create the clones. So just do a little green, dark green or color what you want, and create a small square, not too large. Oh, a bit larger than this though. And you can hold the shift while drawing to draw a perfect circle square. I think that this will be okay, right? So now for the code, and what we are going to do is when the green flag is clicked, we want it to go to x0 y0, right? And what we wanted it to do is in a forever loop we want to create clones of itself, right? In the control tab, create clone itself. Now you will be thinking, why forever, why not wait? So what we're going to do is when I start as a clone, we're going to use a variable called duration to specify how much time the clone is being shown. So what we're going to do is also name a block and name it. I just name it variables, so I know. If you take it, don't take it, it does not matter, right? So put the variables here after going to 0 0, and in the variables, or we can consider it as restart, duplicate this, go to 0 0, and we want to set our duration to 0.5, right? 0.5 seconds. Now when I start as a clone, we want it to wait, right? We now want it to wait whatever is the duration, right? Because every time we eat a food we want to change its duration so that will grow larger and larger and larger and larger, right? And then we want to delete this clone. And also we want to create another custom block, physics run, right? Physics, and we want to put our physics right after we create clones. Now a tip is that you remember to stop the project, right? You can see that the clones are being created, deleted, created, deleted, created and deleted. So now in the physics what we want to do is do an if key pressed. Now you can use WASD, but I am going to use the arrow keys just for now. We want to point in direction, we want to change the direction, right? So point in direction and 90, and then we duplicate this and we duplicate these two. So in the second one we do left key and the direction will be -90. This direction you can see in this direction, and if key up arrow pressed, what we want to do is the down arrow pressed. We want to do 180, right? So if you click the green flag, we are changing a direction. You can see it here in this direction. You can see if I click the arrow keys, the direction is changing, but when you press the up arrow key, we want it to be 0, right? Now we have a little physics. Now what we want to do is actually move a certain amount. We will do another variable called speed for all sprites. We'll keep it just for now. And in the variables, we want to set a speed to around 3 steps. We will do simple. It is very simple to make. Just do move, not 10 steps, but whatever is the speed, we will, because we can change if we want. Now it goes to 0 0. Wow, a snake is moving. Yeah, we made a snake move. Now the next thing would be to make it food. The food coding is pretty simple, right? The food coding is pretty simple, and you can change the length, I mean size of the snake. Now for the food, what we are going to do is we are just going to choose some costumes. It already has Scratch already has some food. Just click in food and you will see apple, bananas, and what we're going to do is we are going to do an apple, right? And then what we also wanted to do is have bananas. We want bananas, right? And then what we want to do is also have, I guess we'll have 3 4 bananas and strawberry. Everybody loves strawberry. You can just keep these to 1 4 if you want, but I'm just going to do 4 of them for now. And I'm also going to do a watermelon, right? And delete the costume 1. But we noticed that the size is too big, so when the green flag is clicked, we are going to set size to approximately, I think, let's try 50. No, 50 is also too large. 40. 40 is fine, I guess, right? When the green flag is, we want it to actually hide, right? And when the green flag is clicked, hide. And in the forever loop, wait, remove the hide. Right, remove the hide and do a show actually. Forever, we want it to, but before we do forever, we want it to go to a random position. And forever, if it's touching a snake, what we're going to do is hide and wait actually like a very little amount, 0.0001, something like that. And then we want it to go to a random position again, and instead of a random position, actually we are going to do go to X. We are going to do the pick random instead of random position, because sometimes minus 240 it can be like it's at the very edge and most of the food is not being shown. So we are going to do X minus 235 as an average of, at a leverage of approximately 5x pixels, and we're going to duplicate this and do just minus 175 to 175. It will be more randomly, I guess. And what we want to do is change our score. We haven't made a score, so we want to change duration by approximately 0.2. And then we also want to create another variable called score for all sprites. Click on score, and we want to change score by 1 or 2, whatever you want. I'm just going to do 1. You can do like this is your score, just make it large, hide out, your score is here. And what we also want to do, we want our speed, change speed by 0.2 or 0.3. You can test it, and after it goes, we want it to show actually. Now if you click the green flag, it hides. Yeah, and one more thing, see, I told you, if we had done random position, it would have been probably under somewhere here, and that would be very hard for you to get on. So what we are going to do is we are now going to change our score by 0.2 actually. No, score by 1 and speed by 0.2. And after we have done that, we wanted to our snake to die when it touches the edge. So that's pretty simple to do. Just do in the physics only. Just create another check stuff. What I mean is we are going to check under the stuff that whether we are touching, we want it to run without screen refresh very fastly. It would be nice. All the check stuff here, and in the check stuff we are doing if touching edge, we wanted to remember this little variable we made that's actually being used as a restart. So that's the variable, and if we click the green flag, we can go right, we change the score, we touched the edge, we died, right? And that's a nice little game. But what we haven't done is set a score actually. So we want our score to be 0 every time we die or at the starting of every game. So that's coming out pretty nice. So what happens is, remember we made 4 costumes of food, but only apple is coming. So what you can do is go to looks in the food. We can do switch costume to after we go to a certain position, pick random. Now pick random from 1 to whatever amount the 4. We have 4 costumes, so we are going to do pick 1 to 4. Now if we click the green flag, we start with an apple. Wait, again apple. But now bananas. Right. We can eat bananas now. We can eat strawberries now. Right, and if we touch the edge, we die, and we start again, our game again. That's a pretty nice game what we have made. Now what we want to do is add a high score, but please note that you can only do high score if you have a scratch status. You can go to your profile, and under your name, username, you can see it's new scratcher or scratcher. Now just make another variable called high score for a cloud variable. Right, cloud variable. Right, we have a cloud variable, and we don't want to set a cloud variable to anything now. We just want to do create another block called update high score, run without screen refresh, and just put our update high score right after. We'll just do it in the variable only. Right, so now in our update, if we are going to do if our our score is greater than our high score variable, right? If a score is 5, we want to set our high score to score. Right, now do a high score, we have 1. Right, and if we even click the green flag again, the high score doesn't change. Right, and we die. Right, so that's a pretty nice snake game that we have made. So you can make a thumbnail and add other fruits if you want. Right, so that's it for a snake game tutorial. A pretty nice and basic. You can make it's just under approximately 60 blocks we have made. And right, so if you want to see other scratch videos, just click on the playlist right here, and see you in the next video.